to Run Like a T-Rex YouTube channel. This is taper week 2, so episode 15 of my March to Manchester Marathon series, and this is run 2. So I did my first run the other day. I did 8k easy just before work, and today we've got a tempo session, so 2k warm-up, which I'm doing now, and then it's 2 lots of 4k at aiming 4:30 a k pace on the programme. I'm basically going to just do it at 5k pace, 4:30 to 5-minute Ks, and see what I've got in the tank, and then 3 minutes walking rest. Do that twice, and then a 1k cool down. So yeah, we'll see how I get on. I've kind of reached a point in marathon training where, to be honest, I can't really be bothered. I just want to get it all over with. Week today is race day, so happy Easter everyone, it's Easter Sunday. Yeah, so after a 20-week block, I'm basically, I've had my fill of being dictated to on what runs I need to do and when and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm well and truly over it. So looking forward to getting back to just running for my own enjoyment, working on what I want to work on and when. So yeah, right, just on the first K of my warm-up, so I'll plod on for another 800 metres and then I'll get cracking, and I'll have a bit of a debrief after my first lot of 4k. Right, so first set of 4k done. Felt okay. Last 1200 metres was a bit spicy just because I basically had to go up and over Tower Station, so up and over the railway bridge. So yeah, running upstairs is always a good way to get your heart rate spiked, but I felt like I recovered pretty well. So that was 4k done in 1924, so that's what, 4k, so yeah, about 450 pace, there or thereabouts. So yeah, I'm reasonably happy with that. Felt pretty consistent, and to be honest, the third k where I went up and over the stairs was like a 5-minute 1k. I think the rest were all around 4:44. So yeah, that's felt okay. Bit of a stitch coming towards the end of that one. It was just that my heart rate spiked a bit and it was trying to recover and didn't know what to do. So but yeah, a couple more minutes. We got, oh god, less than a minute left now. So yeah, ready for the second set of 4k. Relatively tough session this one. It's yeah, hard work, but it's the last proper one before the marathon where I'm gonna have to really dig in. So yeah, it will be to my benefit. Right, a bit more recovery and we'll get cracking. Oh man, that was vicious. That second lot of 4k. Oh. It didn't help, it was pretty much all uphill, or a couple of short declines. It was basically up Charter Avenue from the A45, which is tough because you look at it and think it's flat and it's not. And then yeah, the final 600 metres or so was up from Tyler train station, up through Tyler Village and onto Manor Lane. Yeah, that was hard work. I got about a k in and had to stop to walk. That stitch I got towards the end of the first rep sort of came back with a vengeance. I just couldn't fight my way through it. It was, you know, when you get a stitch that bad, it starts coming round in between your shoulder blades and stuff. I couldn't swing my arms, so yeah, was in a bit of a tough old place, but yeah, stopped for about 35-40 seconds, and then sort of just managed to fight my way up the hill for the remainder of the rep. But yeah, I had to dig in there. That was tough work. So I'll put my stats up here to show what I did K by K for the first 4 and the second 4. So I felt really happy with the first rep and second rep. I'm quite proud of the way I fought through it, because yeah, I was feeling a little rough, yeah, as I said, the terrain was sort of uphill. Last KSO was into the wind as well, although ironically the wind has now died now that I'm walking rather than running. And yeah, the sun's come out, so it's a bit warm. Long sleeve top was a mistake, but you know, I'm going to hurt a damn sight more in a week's time. So yeah, it's good. Bit of resilience training, doesn't go a bit amiss. Just practicing, sort of digging in and trying to keep to a pace and rhythm, because I'll need to do that on marathon day, particularly in the second half. Obviously at a slower pace, but I'll need to do that. So right, it's the end of my 3 minutes. Time for a 1k cool down. So I'll see you for run 3. My final deload, my final taper long run. So right, see you then. Right, long run time. So it's now Monday evening, so bit of a sunset run. So yeah, 14k on the cards, just taking it nice and steady, plodding along, bit of music. So I had to adapt my route somewhat, just because I'm absolutely cooking as well, because I've got my reflective waterproof on, just because of the time of day I've come out. So there's going to be a lot more country lanes when I planned this early in the day, but getting run over is not conducive to being able to complete a marathon 6 days later. So, you know, number one ability is availability. The old American football analogy. Like, if you're constantly injured, you can't contribute. So yeah, just plodding along. It's quite muggy and humid. It's rained a lot today. Absolutely bounced it down. So yeah, we're sort of just plodding along, not paying attention to pace or anything like that. It's just about getting miles in legs, keeping some semblance of routine going. So massive shout out. So today, a lad I used to do a bit of CrossFit with, I still keep in contact with, Jack Storrow. Congratulations mate, did Boston Marathon earlier in the day, about 3 hours 10 minutes. Mighty performance, did really well. Anne-Marie Goodwin, so a lot of you will know Anne-Marie. She is the owner of Coventry Runner and also a Massey Ferguson member. She's getting her 6th star today. Boston is the final piece in the puzzle. So about 20 minutes before I left, I got a notification to say she'd gone through halfway in 2.5 hours, I think, somewhere around there. So yeah, on track for sort of a 5:15, 5:30 Boston Marathon. Big old week for her, so not only is she getting her 6th star, when she does complete Boston, I'm putting that out into the universe. She'll get it done, no doubt whatsoever. She'll also be running London in 6 days time, so raising money for Macmillan. So massive well done to Anne-Marie. Mighty achievement as a, you know, working mum, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, one marathon is an achievement. The 6th biggest on the planet is something else entirely, so well done. And yeah, the the goddess of British marathon running, Paula Radcliffe, ran 2:54 I think, after 2:57 at Tokyo, so she's now got her 6-star medal as well. So, having never previously been able to, obviously just because of when she was competing, it was Boston was too close to London and all that kind of stuff, so for the elites to compete in. So yeah, I think somebody turned the lights out. I'm not used to running this time of night. Forgot how quickly it goes from light to dark. So, oh well, off the country lanes now, on the Greenway. Probably the only lunatic out here. So, yeah, plodding along, coming up to 5.5k in, so about over a third of the way now. So, you know what, before it gets too dark, I'm going to kind of take this opportunity to kind of reflect a little bit on marathon training. And do you know what, I'm preparing for a marathon, because it's so much more than just the training. So things I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed the routine, the structure. I've enjoyed the little wins you get along the way. You know, the incremental improvements you feel, be it heart rate, seeing your VO2 max go up, the odd PB here and there. So I have PB'd my 5k twice during this training block, which has been wicked. It's been a sort of unexpected consequence, and I think I've probably got maybe a little more in the tank, so I'm going to focus on that after this is all done with. The community, sharing it. This, like, spring is obviously a big season for marathons. It's been really good seeing people training and just taking the time to check in, see how I'm getting on, and I see how they're getting on as they're preparing for Tokyo, Newport, Brighton, Manchester, Stratford, London, Boston. I'm sure there's probably others that I've missed in there. Leeds obviously will be happening in May. So yeah, just people offering really, benefits to their experience and just checking in. Sometimes just hearing it from other people, like, you're smashing it, you're doing really well. It's so easy to fixate on pace and all that kind of stuff. I've done it both times. I've done 20 milers now, and I'm like, it's the first time you've ever run 20 miles, you moron. Be proud of yourself. Stop worrying about people diving into your Strava stats. I'm like, oh, he fell off a cliff at 16 miles. His pace dropped to below some arbitrary expectation that somebody else has probably not even got. So yeah, so I have, on the whole, quite enjoyed the commitment it takes in terms of the routine, the putting the effort into each individual session. I've done that on the whole. I've missed 3 weeks through injury. The weeks I haven't been injured, I've run at least 3 times, and each time I've made sure that the session I've missed has been one of the speed sessions. So I've always done the easy run, because it's important for building up volume at a relatively low intensity to, don't underestimate the easy run. Speed session, like pushing yourself at a higher cadence, pushing the intensity up. And I've always, where possible, tried to make sure I do my long run. Might not always be the long run that was prescribed, but it's been a long run of some kind where I've got decent time on feet, got some volume in, and push myself beyond that sort of 2.5 hours mark. So yeah, so I'm sort of proud I've managed to stick at that. It's really easy to think, oh god, if I'd done that extra one speed session, then I'd probably be finding this one easier. You might do. You probably wouldn't. You've missed 1%. It's the incremental 1% that make the difference. So I don't know if any of you are numbers orientated. I'm probably somewhere on the spectrum. Numbers sit in my head quite comfortably, and I remember them for years and years and years. It's just one of the unique ways my mind works. But we will have all done compound interest at school at some point. If you get 1% better every day, at the end of the year you'll be twice as good as you were, because of the way that it works. That's a big thing, you know. Compounds really quickly. So all you've got to do, try and commit to each session. Worry about the session you're about to do, focus on that one, give that whatever is your 100% for the day, even if it's way slower than you're expecting, so be it. So they're the positives. There's a bit of reflection. The number one thing I've found most difficult about training for a marathon, and the reason, and people are joking with me saying, oh yeah, you say that now. I won't. I am not doing another marathon for some time. I'm quite a naturally amiable, considerate and courteous person. I hate putting myself first for anything. I would feel exceptionally selfish for even the minor things that I put myself, like, it sometimes takes some of the enjoyment out, because I feel like I'm being selfish at the expense of the people I love. I have felt so guilty during this marathon training block, particularly in the second half, where the runs get longer and longer and longer, and not just the long runs. You know, those bigger weeks in the second half, all of my runs were over an hour. And then you think, oh, so I've got to go 3 runs during the week that are over an hour. And that's just the running. That's not the getting ready, the hydrating, the stretching and showering when I get back, refueling, the runcrastinating, which I'm a master of. And then 3.5 hours for my long run. It's such an unreal time commitment. I found that harder than running fatigue, joints aching, even injuries. I found the mental anguish of, and the anxiety of feeling like I'm putting running, so not even myself, putting running in front of doing things with the family at the weekend, or them feeling like they're trying to work around my schedule. I've hated it. There's no two ways about it. I've really disliked it. Yeah, I think if I was to train for another marathon at some point in the past, I don't think I'd do running 4 times a week. I would probably drop a run, do it 3 times a week, and replace the 4th run with a strength or yoga, Pilates type session that I could do at home. So that way I'm around and I'm still spending time with the kids and all that kind of stuff. I run for my mental health as much as my physical, but the running I've done for this has been excessive. It's a means to an end. It's to hopefully put myself in a good position to complete this marathon in as little pain as possible, I suppose. But yeah, so if you're thinking of signing up for a marathon and you're in my position where you're a full-time, you work full-time, you're married, you may have children, but still depend on you and thankfully want to spend time with me, just bear that in mind. It's been exceptionally hard. You know, my wife's been incredible throughout, really understanding, not a pushover by any stretch. She's let me have it when I've been a bit too OCD with following the training plan and all that kind of stuff. But I couldn't have done it without her. So yeah. So I'm about halfway through my run, but I'm not going to film after this. I'm really proud of how I've done in this training block. It's been really, really hard. Physically, mentally, emotionally. It costs a lot of money in terms of constantly going through gels and salt sticks and running shoes and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the fitness is banked. I've done the work, or the amount of work that I could physically fit in. It's been hard work, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. I'm just looking forward to giving this a go now. Thank you very much for everybody who's followed along on this slightly mad journey. For anybody who's offered me support or given me words of encouragement, people who've spent their time watching these silly videos with this bloke who's not very good at running, not very good at presenting anything. Yeah, thank you. It really means a lot. So I'm going to get cracking now. I'm going to run this last 8k, whatever I've got left, 7k, and then I will see you in Manchester. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the 27th of April.